everybody. How are you? Really glad to be with you today on the Insta-Good Show, where we help you get Insta-Good at Instagram. And maybe we can add a few other things in there too that you can help you get Insta-Good at. Today, I want to really quick just hit a few topics because we have some new features on Instagram as well as Twitter, which we don't really cover Twitter all the time here. Twitter is really difficult, but there's something new on Twitter that could change things for us. So let me know what you think about these in the comments. Hit me up. I'd love to know your thoughts. But first, you can check me out at Seth Muse on Instagram or sethmuse.com. Want to make sure we say that. So let's move on to the hot take of the day. And that is this. Twitter has unveiled a new feature called Stories. And it looks like this. Notice at the top, you have Stories because all the ideas are gone. All the ideas are taken. All we're doing now is seeing what other people come up with and copying it. And this is no different because Twitter's been talking about stories for a long time, but they're not stories. They're fleets. That's right. Fleets, like a fleet of warships. They're fleets. So now you have tweets and fleets on Twitter because 2020, why not? So here's what we have. And this is why I'm bringing this up. Yes, it's kind of ridiculous. Yes, we're kind of over it. Fleets, tweets, and automobiles, whatever. But what is different about this for Twitter is that now that they have fleets, stories, there's a little bit more incentive, I think, for churches to look at Twitter again. And I'm not saying you have to, I'm not saying you should, but if you're looking for a place where you can quickly connect in real time with people, Twitter finally has something that can maybe live a little bit longer than a tweet on its platform. The average life of a tweet is like 12 minutes? And then it's gone into the ether unless you're searching hashtags and looking for it. But on Twitter, now there's some content that people can see that are going to be your content that shows up, and it's going to be an algorithm that works very similar to how Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Snapchat stories, your mom's stories, whatever. It's going to work the same way. So if you interact with people, you're going to see these stories, you're going to be able to see content, share things, and it works kind of like Instagram stories. So what we have here is a much better visual option for content, visual content on Twitter now that they have stories. So who knows if it's going to take off? Who knows if it's going to be good? The point is that it's going to have some kind of impact. And if you want to experiment, now's the time because there's not a lot of people on it and you can try things out. But that's not it for today. This is the Insta-Good Show. So let's go to Instagram. Right now, I realize that Instagram is one of the last things on your mind. Facebook, groups, pages, live stream, YouTube, your website, your email list. These are all things that are really important right now, probably more so than Instagram. However, don't forget about Instagram because while you're not paying attention to it, Instagram is changing everything. And depending on who you talk to, either it's for the better or not. Instagram, if you haven't updated, this is going to blow your mind a little bit. If you have a personal account, so it depends on how they roll these things out, but this is what it looks like now. Notice on this new look, everything is kind of in a new place. Nobody really told Instagram that, up here, if I can get to it, up here is kind of a long reach for your hand with one hand on the phone to touch this button, which is your DMs, that's where it's always been. But what's next to it is different. That's where your likes are. If people interact with or comment on a post on your feed, it's there now in that little heart. So you hit that, it drops down, you can see all your stuff. The one next to it, the little plus, used to be at the very bottom over here where that little play button is. That's Reels now. Remember I told you before, it was like, it's hard to get to Reels. We don't know where to get to them. It's kind of awkward. If they really want people to use it, they should put it front and center. Well, they did. It's front and center. Easiest place in the whole thing to reach. They want you to use Reels because, I don't know. Up here is where you can find the create post. That little plus is a create post button now. And here's the little, and pretty much everything else is the same, except notice the extra icon at the bottom. Do you see it? It's the one right next to my face. It's a little shopping bag. Oh, so now they're really pushing shopping and marketplace on Instagram. So if you want to know what that looks like, the shopping is a little weird. I'll show you the back end here. You pull this up, you can see these different companies that have, I guess, stores on the shopping area. You can search for things, you browse the shops, see the editor's picks. Who knows what that is? It's very Snapchat-esque in how they've laid this out. But if you want to do some shopping, you can have your little card at the top and a simple menu. If you want to know what's in the menu, this is what it looks like when you pull up the menu. The little hamburger at the top. You can see your wish list, so you can shop through things, create wish lists, very Amazon-like, orders and payments, track what you've done, Instagram shop, browse shops. You can buy things on Instagram, and all those same links are there. You can shop different collections and explore guides. Now, this is a new thing. I mean, they've really started rolling out the marketplace for Instagram anyway, but putting it front and center like this, I'll put this right up, this is the front, the look. Putting this back up in the front, and making it so easy to get to is really a big Facebook move. I mean, it's a huge Facebook move. So they're like, we want to drive more traffic and commerce through our website, through our product here, Instagram. And so let's put those buttons we want people to click up front, which is a really good UI, which is user experience, user interface tactic when you're making websites or anything like that. Put the things you want people to click in the easiest places to click them. That seems to be a no-brainer, although I've had knockdown, drag-out arguments with bosses before because they didn't want to follow that simple best practice. And why we want to put the button to click to sign up to the event down at the very bottom of the page, I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but Instagram understands that it doesn't, and this is what they've done. Here, we want you to watch Reels front and center. We want you to search for new accounts, big magnifying glass. We want you to shop on our channel right here, easy at the bottom. The things we know you'll do, even if they're not easy, we put those at the top. We know you'll check DMs because you get those little red badges and nobody can stand having it there. Nobody can stand a red badge. I have to click it. I have to get that thing off of my page. And so then you get the little heart dot, which I really like how they've done that little small little dot in the heart. That's really nice. You'll go there. If somebody comments on something, you're going to want to see that. And then if you want to make something, which you do, you go to the plus. When you click the plus, I didn't get a screenshot of this for you. It allows you to create something for IGTV, for stories, or for your feed. I believe you can do a reel too. I'm going to check that in real time. Let me make sure I'm telling you that right. I want to make sure because this is all new. It just updated for me today. Okay, so when you create, you go to the plus and you can pick a graphic. Yeah, and at the bottom, I should have screenshotted this for you guys. At the bottom, you have that same slider like you do in stories, but it goes post, story, reels, live. So all those big options are there. At the bottom, you can slide, and then it changes the screen depending on what you've slidden to. Is that a word? Slidden? And then you can choose how you want to create from there. Then you hit next, and once you hit next, you can apply your filters and do all the other things, and then post. So it's a way to post to all four different places is in that one little plus mark in the top. You can post to your story, to Reels, to feed, or live. Notice they didn't have IGTV there. So that's interesting. They didn't have IGTV in the bottom, but there's a separate app for that. If you've got a longer than 1 minute, if you've got a longer than 1 minute video, you can go to the Facebook Creator Studio and post and schedule from there, or it'll just take you straight over to IGTV if you have it on your phone, if you try to do it through Instagram. So anyway, they're shaping up in how they do things and trying to make some sense out of all of the things that they have going on. And so I wanted to tell you that today. Hopefully that's helpful for you. Not a ton going on in the world of Instagram at the moment, other than just UI changes. But I have a feeling that over the next few weeks, we're going to see Instagram do a few more things when it comes to, especially like privacy, fact checking type stuff. All that's in the news. So the things that are happening to Facebook are eventually trickle down to Instagram. So we'll be watching for that. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching the Insta Good Show. It was a short and good one today. Hope you have a great day. Find me at Seth Muse on Instagram or at sethmuse.com. And I'd love to help you out. Get Insta Good at Instagram. I'll see you soon. Later.